I just read the most beautiful thing that Sean said in an interview, that you're not his girlfriend, you're the love of his life. How romantic is that? It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
I know. Yeah, you know, it's a beautiful thing how the world, the universe, this thing that we call life can just kind of just send you beautiful surprises. I've known him for a really long time, and I never in a million years thought that I would find myself in this really special place in my life, and it's just really it's really nice.
Aww. We're all very excited about your film, Mad Max. How crazy, were you a fan of the original film?
I was like 8 when the first one came out, or like we were a little behind in South Africa.
Yep.
I remember my parents loving that whole franchise, and it was like that whole franchise in South Africa, it's just very part of the South African culture, that kind of Mel Gibson, Mad Max character, like they just eat that up.
And then this look that you had to have for this film, so sick, and you are the only woman in the world that could still pull that off and manage to look hot.
That's not true, but that's very sweet.
What was that look like, getting into, transform?
It was a long process, because we kind of stopped and start the movie like 3 times, and the 2 times before we actually made the movie, I actually still have some images from what we came up with, and it was like we came up with something completely different, and then you kind of like, the movie doesn't happen, you walk away, you think about it more, and the story informs you more, and then one day I just kind of, because she had to kind of melt in with this war army, and they were mostly men, and I just didn't know how to do that with a ponytail. I was just like, I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, like how do you have her disappear in this crowd? And then when we came up with the shaved, George could see like a cohesive thread there that would work. And then when I showed up in South Africa, all the stunt guys had to shave their heads, to fit, and they were really upset at me. And it was like the men were more upset than the women. Like the women were like, "This is so cool," and the men were really attached to their hair. They're like, "I cannot believe you made us shave our heads."
No, I know Jackson won't see the film, but did he ever get to see Mummy like in that mode? Did he ever see you looking like that?
He was like 3 months old, and he went out with me.
Okay.
He got his first haircut actually when I buzzed my head. The clippers were there, and he had all his baby fuzz, and I was like, maybe it's time for your first haircut. And so I gave him a little slow hawk baby, just to get into the Mad Max. I was like, and then we shaved that off because it was ridiculous. But he had his first haircut with Mommy that way.